my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about transportation in Tanzania. By the way, if you haven't seen my other video of transportation in Tanzania, I did mention 7 transport systems in Tanzania. So today I'm going to be finishing up with the 2 transportation systems that I told you about. So in case you haven't known the other 7, I'm not going to be mentioning them here, so just check that video and let's get started. So welcome back, and as I told you, I'm going to be showing the 2 transportation, the advantages of those transportation and the disadvantage of those transportation. So with starting, I'm going to tell you about the train transportation. That was the last trip that I did. So the trip was awesome, but we did have some advantages and disadvantages. The first, I want to start with the advantages. Now, one of the advantages that you'll use when you're using the train is that it's gonna be very less expensive. Like it's less expensive, and when you're using the train, like you have the freedom to communicate with the locals, and then you can exchange ideas. And if you don't know some of the words to use, there's so many people will be able to talk to you in English language. That's the advantage, because most of the people are traveling, but it depends with the class that you're traveling. If you are really going to like the 3rd class, which I don't recommend, and if you're using the 1st class, the 2nd, at least most of the people who actually take those classes, they are aware of English, they could speak to you. But the 3rd classes, they're really locals and they really learn no English, so that's a bad advantage. So the other thing is, think of this, when you're trying to use the transportation with the train station, you're going to be passing through the villages. So when you're passing through the villages, you'll be like exposed to different kind of foods, so then you can be able to explore on different kind of foods in Tanzania, because some of them you can only find them in certain areas. Like the video that I did, we did find ourselves some food that was actually found in Salanda. Couldn't find it anywhere else. Though some people say that they were selling dogs. Just saying so. So the disadvantages of using the train transportation in Tanzania is we have a lot of people will be stealing away from you, like they'll be stealing your property, so you gotta be careful. I think this is kind of common in every place, that you really need to be careful, because you can't just go in a place and without understanding what's happening. So one of the things that I really got from the other train, like we have the window open, so if you leave the window open, people will like snitch it, come from the top of the train, then they'll sneak into the window, then they'll take your property and run away. Like that's what I had, I was told, but mine wasn't stolen. And the other thing, you should be careful, because when you're using those seats, if you keep your bag under the seat, they'll get torn. Like my bag got torn, and because at the bottom that's not good, so you need to be very careful with the properties. And the other thing is that when you're actually using the train system, the food inside the train is actually very expensive. A little bit expensive, not very expensive. So you need to wait until when you are off the train, or the train has stopped, you can buy from the local foods sold out. But at the same time, those local foods, they're kinda not safe, so you kinda weigh out. Like if you're gonna choose the one from the train, which is safety but a little expensive, but outside it's not that much safe, but it's at the same time okay to eat it because it's cheap, and you're gonna be using like little money, and the food experience is going to be different from the one that is inside the train. So if you haven't seen that video of the train anyway, you should check that out. So that's all about the train system. Now the other system is the airplane system. We do also have airplane system. I know it's very common, people from abroad, they always know it. So what I would say is the last time I used an Air Tanzania, if you have been following up from my shorts video, I usually show where I am and what am I doing and things like that. I just keep you updated. So the thing is that we used Air Tanzania. Now in Air Tanzania, is it Air Tanzania? Yeah, it was Air Tanzania. So in Air Tanzania, the food that we were given there, instead it was from Kigoma to Dar es Salaam. It was just something small. They were like, we call them cashew nuts. Yeah, and I think it was a soda. So it's not much inside, but anyway, the experience was a good one. So the advantage is that it's fast, so you kind of reduce the time. But then when you think about the disadvantage, yeah, I think I have no disadvantage with this. Oh yeah, there is. You don't get much food, especially if it's a short travel, like if it's from Kigoma to Dar es Salaam, from Moshi to Dar to, there's just they drink, they don't give much, so you just get a little food. For those who are actually liking to eat food out of food like me, that's a bad thing. So on the other side, I forgot to tell you, on the train it takes a lot of time to travel, because that's a disadvantage I forgot to mention. So you we used 72 hours. Yeah, it was very long, and you got a lot of time to explore the locals, but it was really long. I wish we had a fast train, and that was a slow train, by the way. We also there's also a fast train being built up right now. When it starts working, I'm gonna explore to it and I'm gonna show it to you guys. And by the way, if you haven't seen also how to explore around Tanzania, and if you have any question about Tanzania, be sure to hit me up on the Instagram or check me on the comment section and let me know what you have an idea about Tanzania. If you have any question about Tanzania, if you wanna come here, I have a lot of things and I've talked about a lot of Tanzanian issues here. So be sure to subscribe and bye bye and peace out. Time and then during the night time. Now, being specifically, I don't want to waste your time, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to clear into this video, I want to answer it first, the question: is it safe for foreigners? Yes, it is safe for foreigners, but you need to know the things that will endanger you during the day and during the night. And that's what I'm going to